Welcome to our evidence-based channel for awareness on mental health and relationship matters. If you find this video interesting or helpful, please like it and subscribe to the channel. I'm your host, Ammar Mohammed. I am so glad that you decided to watch my video today, because today I'm going to present smarter SMART goals. In addition to what you have learned about SMART goals and how to make them happen, in this talk, my goal is to help you make those SMART goals even smarter. I will give a brief introduction about SMART goals and what they stand for and how to implement them and what's good about having SMART goals. Also, today I will be sharing with you what would be some reasons of why do you need to make your SMART goals even smarter. In this talk, I will be combining knowledge and experience from both counseling and coaching to share with you how we work with clients to shape, design, develop, choose, and make their goals a reality. In today's talk, I will be sharing some ingredients to improve the recipe of SMART goals and make your goals and give them actually higher chances of attaining those goals. The methodology that I'm sharing with you today is actually coming from achieving certain steps that we developed through dialogue with our clients in counseling or a coaching session to be able to develop a complete goal. First, I would like to go over SMART goals, just in case if you're not aware of them and what they stand for. S is for specific goal, that you would need to come up with a goal that has a specific description, a specific need, a specific goal that you would like to have at the end. Measurable, where you are able to set a measuring scheme or a measuring system to measure your advancement towards your goal. For example, if you want to lose 10 pounds, so you would need to have some kind of tracking system, which is basically in this case a scale to weigh yourself on a regular basis. A stands for attainable. So attainable means that you are able to achieve it. It's not something that is imaginary or impossible to achieve, but actually something that you can achieve. So losing 10 pounds in 2 weeks, maybe not as attainable as losing 5 pounds in 2 weeks. R stands for realistic, so meaning that your goal is realistic. It's not that you want to go to the moon to lose weight. So because of the gravity there is much lower, so therefore you'll be losing weight in a couple of weeks' time by going to the moon. So that's not a realistic goal. So therefore, having the R as part of the SMART goal, it's make it more achievable and more desirable. And the T stands for time-based. So it needs to have some kind of start and end time. So by saying losing 5 pounds is make it more specific, and to make it in 2 weeks, that's make it time-based. And so that was a brief summary on what SMART goals are. So today I will be adding more guidelines that would make SMART goals a lot more smarter. Why do we need these goals to be smarter? Reason being is that after working with few clients, they are very aware and they understand SMART goals very well. However, they're not able to achieve those SMART goals, even though they're attainable, they're realistic. All of these requirements and the guidelines that are needed in the SMART goals methodology, they are knowing it and they are actually implementing it in achieving their goals. However, they're not able to maintain and achieve those goals or even complete the initial goal that they had. Therefore, I would have to argue that those SMART goals or those guidelines for SMART goals are not as smart as we would like them to be. And that's why I decided to have today's talk talking about smarter SMART goals. Before you start your SMART goals, you need to start with a vision. What do I mean by that? It's actually the vision that you would like for yourself to have in the future. What does it look like? Is it just about you losing the weight, or is it about feeling better? That vision needs to be vivid. It needs to be clear. Where do you want it to be in the future? And I've spoken before in many talks and in many sessions, I always say, the vision doesn't need you to know how to do it. Just having that vision defined for yourself in the future is very important for you to start moving forward to figure out how to do it.
So therefore, starting with the vision is much more important having to start a SMART goal. The reason why we need this vision is going to be the motivator, the fuel is going to keep the engine going to achieve that SMART goal. We will not be losing motivation in 2 months later after we started the goal, and it's assumed that the goal is to be achieved in 6 months or so. Then without having that clear vision, we might even lose interest in achieving that goal. In addition to the vision, we need to see the goal as an outcome, not as activity, not as something that task. It's not a task based, but it's an actual outcome that we want to be able to define for ourselves. It's not about losing weight. It's not about making us happy. It's not about coming home and stay for me happy. It's about the bigger outcome that you want to have for you and the people around you that you care about. So you establish the vision. So we talked about the vision, we talked about the outcome, and the outcome has to be, it's relating to how your relationship is going to be with your parents whom always saw you as an architect. Another thing that is important for your SMART goals to have is the challenge and at the same time the significance. So your goal needs to be important and it needs to be challenging. So therefore, it is not a goal to compromise, but actually a goal to achieve a challenge, which is your happiness and passion, whether it is at home or in your career. For example, if you were in a job right now that you're running a business, a family business, and leaving that family business is going to impact your family. So therefore, it is not about making small changes here and there within the current family business so you would be happy. How, as a matter of fact, your ambition, your passion is actually to start something different, something outside the family business. So therefore, there's some significant need in you, for you, that you would like to go after and achieve. At the same time, it is actually a challenge because you would have to work with the family on how to be able to leave the family business so you can start your career, at the same time keeping that relationship with your family in a positive sense without impacting anybody negatively and keeping the relationship healthy. Which brings us to the next significant addition to SMART goals is to have that prudency. So your goal needs to be prudent. That achieving that goal needs to be respectful to your family. So you are not, for example, if you're in a system that is very challenging to maintain a positive mindset, walking away from that system is maybe something that is easy for many people. However, it can be disrespectful to the family and therefore might not be seen as a positive move. And therefore it will impact the family and the relationship with the family in a negative way. So therefore, it is significant, it is challenging, at the same time it needs to be done in a very respectful way. It's not about me and it's not about myself or yourself. It's about really being in the same culture without disrespecting other people's cultures, without disrespecting other people's aspirations and expectations. Therefore, the goal needs to have that aspect that would deal with the human, that would deal with the relationships to maintain it as a positive. In counseling, there is evidence, research, that shows that it would take one person with a positive mindset to impact the system positively. Prophets and messengers are classical examples. Another significant aspect that is needed to be added to SMART goals is being flexible. Assertive, but flexible. Clear, but flexible. By saying flexible here, it's not relating to being compromising your needs or other people's needs. It's not about letting go of one thing versus another. Actually, it's about working together to develop this buffer area for you both to coexist in a very positive and loving relationship. As a matter of fact, here flexibility is referring to the opportunity to develop a buffer of acceptance. The last, and I feel it's the most significant addition that I would like to add to SMART goals, is to maintain a congruent state. The congruency of a person is about the balance, balancing my needs, other people's needs, the needs of our surroundings, and the needs of our supreme power that we believe in, our God, our belief system, our values. As a matter of fact, having this congruent state is essential to keep us going forward with high momentum and high energy to achieve our goals. I hope you found this talk interesting and helpful. Like it and subscribe, and I would like to invite you to leave a comment or two, and I'm more than happy to respond to them. Until my next talk, stay happy.